Yeah, my name's Simon Mitchell. I'm here with the Principal of William Cleanslow College, Daniel Murfitt. We're just going to be talking about strategic planning that took place within the school. So early last year, Daniel, we through the cluster, and John Phelps supported us, we went through a strategic planning exercise which is carried through to this year. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, thanks, Simon. So up till last year, a lot of the decisions around IT, although they were planned, there was no strong strategic plan based on learning, and so a lot of the decisions were based around infrastructure, resourcing, and we actually found we weren't actually strategic in our thinking. So with the help of John Phelps as our lead facilitator, we got a group of interested people together in the first October holidays in 2011, and we really started looking at what would our school look like in the year 2016 or beyond as far as e-learning or IT goes. And we started talking about writing stories about what that might look like as if it was going into a North and South magazine. We then came up with a vision, and our vision is learning and teaching that improves student outcomes, enabled by, facilitated by, enhanced by, or supported through the smart use of ICTs. And with that, we then came up with some key objectives which were focused really on learning. And once we had those objectives, we started looking at requirements, actions, barriers, time frame, responsibility, and then resources. These objectives needed to be based on learning, and then the requirements would become infrastructure requirements after that. So, for example, one of our key objectives we gained from that discussion was to enable the use of individual devices across the school. So then we developed the plan around how and when actions would happen, and we had an ongoing progress aspect to our strategic planning too. So it wasn't just a document that sat in a cupboard somewhere. We would actually review it on a semi-regular basis. Another example of an objective would be the deployment of classroom technologies to support the vision. So one was around enabling devices, the other one was around looking at types of technology for that vision. For example, one of them was around mobile devices, and that supported us when we started looking at our SNUP upgrade being our school network upgrade program, and so we started seeing the need for wireless in certain blocks in the school to roll out the process where students can bring their own devices to school in the future. So once we had that strategic plan based around learning and looking at the requirements needed, we then developed a technology replacement plan which was going to meet the needs of that strategic plan. And within this replacement plan, we had policies which fell out of that initial strategic plan. For example, we finally agreed that a policy was to continue to have a iMac option in the school. This had been debated for the last 3 to 5 years, but because it was never in a strategic plan, it was always in draft form, and it gave teachers little security around their future planning. Another policy was to develop a digital classroom strategy, and then we looked at the resources, what actions, responsibility and progress. And then what followed from the replacement plan, we needed to start going, okay, we need to actually fund this replacement plan. So we looked at financial planning, and that enabled us then to really go, okay, what have we currently got? Because we own some things, we had leases with different companies, leases running out at different times, and it enabled us to really look at our resources and to see how much were we spending, and how can we actually be a bit more strategic. A key decision that has come out of that is we actually needed to set up another account in the school which enabled us to put money into every month to continue the purchase or lease of equipment over a period of time. And so now we're actually at a point where our resources are becoming more strategic in where they're located, and it's actually over time is going to cost us less because we've actually got resources in the right places. And it's clearly a living document, as you'll see by all the handwriting all over it, so it's something we need to keep reviewing and taking back to the group of staff. And it's the process that is important. So it's very easy to write a strategic plan and present it to the board, but really it's the process which gathers buy-in and actually makes the whole plan robust. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniel.